Hey everyone, it's JoJo and welcome to a Beyblade Burst Rise double unboxing and review. Today I have two Hasbro exclusive boosters. On the left we have Solar Sphinx and on the right we have the new version of RUDR for Hypersphere. More and more Hypersphere Beyblades are popping up around stores, so make sure you check your local stores and see if they have them in stock. Alright, so here on the left we have Solar Sphinx S5, and this is actually my very first Sphinx. I did not pick up the Switch Strike version or the Turbo version. And here we have this new Hypersphere performance tip. And we have another recolor of RUDR R5. And it comes with linear-H, which we've seen before. So this is a balance type. And this one's more of an attack. Here on the back for Sphinx, this is a right spinning Beyblade, D49 for the forged disc and TH01 for the performance tip. And here we have the Hypersphere meter. And I believe, again, this is the drop down rates, so that's really high and only one on the running time. And let's take a look at RUDR. This one also is a right spinning Beyblade. Again, balance type, comes with D48 and TH03. And oh, it's got the same stats. Exactly the same. Alright, so let's get these two Beyblades unboxed. I want to start off with Solar Sphinx S5. Here we have the energy layer. And the interesting thing about this one, this particular Hasbro exclusive, is that they actually turned it into a Hypersphere version. So it has a GT chip. It's not just the reused layer from Turbo. So that's pretty neat. So we have Sphinx, we got all these pointed edges, we have 6 points of contact, and this is a right spinning Beyblade. Not a lot of upper attack there, and I feel like there's too many blades on it for to actually make it effective, but again, we'll have to see. This is my first time with Sphinx, or owning it. Here on the back we have the QR code. Go ahead and scan to get that in the Beyblade Burst app. And you can take the GT chip off and customize it with other Beyblades. Yeah, I really like the color of that. Solar Sphinx is a really cool name too. Next up we have the disc, the forged disc. This is just 6. It doesn't come with, you know, a crazy Hasbro exclusive or Hasbro customed forged disc, kind of like with, let's say, like with Sting. They didn't put in a special one for this. It's just 6, but again, it is compatible with frames. And I don't think frames work really well in the Hypersphere Stadium anyway. And then we have this other new part, the performance tip. This is Jagged-H. Dash H is to signify that it is part of Hypersphere. And so this is an attack type. You can see how pretty flat it is, but it's not smooth. It's got a lot of ridges and grooves in it. So I imagine it would be pretty noisy in the stadium. Maybe have a little bit more stamina than, let's say, something like linear or rather charge, just for comparison. And then altogether, this Beyblade has some pretty weak slopes. Yeah, really weak. I know it's like hard to tell on on your guys' side, but it's pretty weak. Alright, so let's do some weight. Alright, so Sphinx, Solar Sphinx with the GT chip and everything, 11.82. And then let's just do the forged disc, just because. 20.7. Performance tip, 8.76. Next up, we have RUDR R5. Here we have the energy layer. I think I mentioned this before, that RUDR, I really love the designs of the arrows all over it, but it's also kind of a flat looking energy layer. Very thin. And here on the back we have the code. And Hasbro decided to not turn this into a layer with a GT chip, just kind of reuse it and recolor it instead. Then next we have the forged disc. This is 7, very good forged disc, pretty well rounded, although I don't really see it much being used in tournaments anymore. And then we have another linear-H, which is a really good, I think this is probably one of the best Hypersphere performance tips so far. And then all together, Rudder has some really strong slopes. Really strong. It's a little bit of resistance right there. And it still has a little bit more, but it kind of beaters out toward the end. But still, overall, really, really tight. And like before, let's weigh this Beyblade. So Rudder, R5, 10.2. So Sphinx is heavier. But then we have 22.45 for the 7 disc, and linear, just cause, 8.79. Spin test time. So I do want to try out Solar Sphinx first because of the new performance tip. 3, 2, 1, let it. Yeah, and just as I predicted, it's pretty noisy. And it moves around kind of like your typical attack type performance tip. Let's do one more. 3, 2, 1, let it. Yeah, I got up into the brink a few times. And that's pretty much it for Solar Sphinx. Next up, we have Rudder. 3, 2, 1, let it. Oh. It rode along the brink pretty nicely. And it does have a little bit more movement than Solar Sphinx. And that's where we're going to end this video. No test battle for these guys because next video will be an official battle between these two Beyblades. Alright, so tell me what you guys think about Solar Sphinx and Rudder. If there's anything I missed, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I will see you next time with more. See you soon.